Dear friends, please subscribe yo.com and press the bell button for recent updates. Thank for watching.
Welcome students. So in this session we are going to study the instruction set of 8051 microcontroller. So instruction set already we were studied instruction set of 8986 microprocessor. Same way here we are going to study the instruction set of 8051 microcontroller. Let us enter into video.
U.com.
So the instruction set of 8051 microcontroller is divided into 5 different groups. The first one is arithmetic instruction, second one logical instruction, third one data transfer instructions, and the fifth one boolean instructions, and fourth one is a boolean instruction, and the fifth one is a branching instructions. So these are the instructions we are used in 8051 microcontroller. So first we are going to see the arithmetic instruction. So the arithmetic instruction is used to perform the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So we will see one by one. First we are going to see the addition instruction. The addition instruction has two different types. One is add, another one is ADDC, add C. So the add instruction, that is used to add the content of accumulator and another one operand. It may be immediate data or the data present in a register or in memory. Okay, so it just add the accumulator content and another one operand, the content present in another one operand. After the addition, the result is stored in accumulator, and the same time the carry flag is also adjusted according to the result. Okay, so is there any carry present or not? If the carry is present, the carry flag set to 1. Okay, and the second one is ADDC, that is add with carry. So this instruction that is used to add the 3 different datas. One is accumulator data, another one and that is a second data present in any one operand, and the third one is the carry flag data. The carry flag 1 is added with the data. So totally 3 different numbers is added in ADDC. Okay, carry is also added with the 2 different data, that is a add with carry. This is an example. Some instructions. So add a comma source. Source may be a register, memory or immediate data. So move a comma hash 03h, that is a immediate data that is loaded into a register. Similarly move b comma hash 02, that is a immediate data that is loaded into b register. Then add a comma b. Okay, so a equal to a plus b, that means the result is stored in accumulator after the addition. Okay, next one is the subtraction. So subtract with borrow. So here the SUB is also available. So this SUBB, that is used to subtract the accumulator data, subtract the another one data from accumulator. Okay, accumulator A equal to A minus operand minus carry. Actually here it is called as borrow. Borrow is also considered along with the data. So SUB means subtract with borrow, and the result is stored in accumulator. This is a program. So the 03 is loaded with accumulator, 02 is loaded with B register, then SUBB A comma B, that is the B register. Actually here subtraction. Okay, SUB, so subtract B from A equal to A minus B. Okay, so this is a subtraction. Next one is an increment. INC is an increment instruction. So the same instruction also used in 8986 microprocessor. So increment the operand by 1. INC DPTR. So DPTR value is incremented by 1, or adding 1 with the register content. The operand can be a register or direct address or indirect address or the data pointer. So whatever may be, it will increment 1. Similarly decrement. Okay, so decrement the operand by 1 or subtracting 1 from the operand. Okay, the operand can be a register, data address, or index address, whatever may be. Okay, it will just reduce 1. The next one is a MUL AB and divide AB. So this is a multiply A and B and place a result in A and B. Similarly, divide A by B and place a result in A and B. Okay, so actually when we are doing the multiplication, the result will be a 16-bit, but the microprocessor registers are 8-bit. So in order to store the 16-bit result, so we need 2 register, so that we are using A and B register. So if you are multiplying to 8-bit number, the result will be a 16-bit number. Then the lower 8-bit number stored in accumulator, higher 8-bit number stored in B register. Similarly, division operation, the quotient is stored in A register and the remainder is stored in B register. Let us see the example. This is a program for multiplication. Okay, so A register loaded by 05, B register loaded by 03, then we are doing AB multiplication, so the result is 0F, 000F. So here 0F is loaded into A register, higher bit, that is higher 8-bit loaded into B register. So multiplication byte cross byte, operand 1 and operand 2, A and B. So A is a lower byte, B is a higher byte. Similarly, division operation, the A register loaded by 05, B register loaded by 03. So div AB, so 5 divided by 3, that is equal to 01. So quotient in 01 and the remainder is 02. So A is stored the quotient and B is stored the remainder. Okay, so this is a division operation. These are the summary of arithmetic instruction add. Then another one is a decimal adjust, DAA. So DAA is used to used in BCD addition. Okay, decimal adjust, then add with carry, sub with borrow, increment, decrement. These are the arithmetic instructions. Next we are going to see the logical instructions. The logical instructions are AND, OR, NOT, XOR. These are the logical instructions. So here the AND OR is different. Actually in a 8086 microprocessor, in order to perform the AND operation, we are using the instruction AND, AND. Similarly, OR operation ORR. But here we are using the instruction in differently. That is for AND operation, AND instead of AND we are using ANL. Similarly, OR operation ORL. Okay. So perform the logical AND. L indicate the logical. AN means AND operation. So perform the logical AND. So the source may be a data, register, or memory, whatever. Okay, right? It performs the logical AND operation between the two different numbers. Okay, ANL, destination, comma source. Similarly, ORL, destination, comma source means it performs the logical OR operation between source and destination. Okay. Then X or L. So it performs the logical XOR operation between the source and the destination. Next one is a complement accumulator. So we are complement the accumulator. That means the ones are converted into zeros, zeros are converted into ones. Okay, so that is a complement the accumulator. Then swap A. Swap means exchange the data between actually upper and lower nipples. Nipples means 4-bit. So swap A means the accumulator lower 4-bit is moved into higher 4-bit and higher 4-bit is moved into lower 4-bit. Okay, this is a swapping, swap A. Okay, next one is a rotate left or LA. This is also come under logical operations. Okay, this is a bit manipulation instructions. So rotate the accumulator content towards left without carry. Or LC means rotate the accumulator content towards left with carry. Similarly, RR means rotate right without carry. RRC means rotate right with carry. Okay, so these are the rotate instructions that is used in microcontroller. Next one we are going to see the data transfer instructions. So data transfer instruction mainly used to transfer the data from one location to another location. So mostly our data transfer instruction is move. Okay, right? So move is a mostly we are using the data transfer instruction. Okay, move destination comma source. So the destination and source may be a register, memory address, okay, or immediate data. Okay, source may be immediate data. Okay, right? So move a comma 0 double five hash double five means that is a double five is loaded into a register. Then move r0 comma a, the data present in a that is moved to r0 register. Okay, right. Then after that a move r1 comma a, so copy the content of a into r1. Now a equal to r0, r1 equal to 55h. Then similarly r2. The next one is a 95 is moved to r3. Then r3 is a. So similar way we can move the data from one register to another register, or immediate data to register, or memory to register, etc. Right? Move x. Another one data transfer instruction is a move x, that is used for the data transfer between the accumulator and a byte from external data memory. If you are accessing the data from external memory, we have to use move x. Move x is to transfer the data from external data memory. So a move x a comma at ri means ri points on number that is considers address. In that location we are having one data, that data is moved to a register. Similarly move x a comma dptr at dptr. So dptr is a data pointer, it is a 16-bit register, it always stores address. Okay, so the dptr points some data that is loaded into a register. Okay, similarly at ri comma a, right. These are the data transfer instruction. And another one data transfer instruction is push and pop instruction. The push and pop instruction that is mainly used to access stack. So if you are executing the push instruction, the data are moved into stack. So the stack pointer point the top of the data. The stack is a first in first out configuration. Okay, similarly pop means if you are executing the pop instruction, that is the data are taken from the stack from topmost one. Okay, right. The data bytes is identified by the direct address from the internal RAM location. Push DPL, then pop 40h. This way, this is an instruction. So here we are not having any source, only one operand is present. Then XCH, exchange the accumulator and other byte variable. Actually previously we are using a swap instruction. Swap instruction that is used to exchange the lower nipple to higher nipple. But EXCH, that is instruction that is used to exchange the data between one register to another register. Okay, source and destination. So XCH a comma rn means rn data is loaded to a the data present in a moved to rn. Similarly XCH a comma direct means, so that is a direct memory address where the data present the memory address that is moved to a, then data present the accumulator moved to memory address. Okay, that is a exchange the two data between the source and destination. Next we are going to see the Boolean variable instructions. What are the Boolean variable? That is a single instruction. Here there is no source, no there is a no only single operand. Okay, no source, no destination. Okay, so the operation CLR, that is clear the operations, clear the registers. CLR is used to clear the specified bit indicated in the instruction. Okay, CLRC means clear the carry. So single bit we can clear the carry flag. Similarly CLRCY means we can clear the auxiliary carry like that. Okay, right. Then set B, this operation set the specified bit to 1. So Boolean means single bit operations. Okay, Boolean means single bit operations. Set B means we can set the single bit to 1. CPL means the operation complement the specified bit indicated in the instruction. Okay, CPL means complement the specified bit indicated in the instructions. So then also we are having the AND or XOR, that is already we have studied in logical instruction, also considered in Boolean operations. move port 2.3 comma C. So this indicate the data present in C that is moved to port 2.3. So 2.3 is a single that is a single bit, port to line 3. Similarly, move C comma port 3 line 3. So that is moved into C. Okay. Then move port 2.0 comma C. Okay, these are the single bit instruction. Actually, C represent carry. Okay, right. Perform the XOR bit. Okay, right. So that is a actually we have studied that is a XOR operations. So actually this is XOR logical operation. Okay. Next, the last one is a branching instructions. So branching instruction that is used to transfer the program counter to one location to another location, or branch the program counter to one location to another location. So the program branch instructions are used to control the flow of action in a program. Some instructions provide decision making capabilities and transfer the control to other part of the program. Conditional and unconditional is the type of some decision making branching instructions. Okay, so instruction making some decision. Okay, so it is used to transfer the program control to one location to another location according to some condition. Okay, so that is a two types, conditional and unconditional branch instructions. First one we are going to see the jump instructions. All conditional jump are short jump. The target address between -128 to +127 of program counter. Okay, so it is a program counter address. Okay, so that is a conditional short jump. So L jump means long jump. Actually we are consider the jump instruction. Okay, jump no carry, jump carry, these are the short jump. So if you are consider the long jump, so in previously we are using LJMP. Okay, the long jump. So 3 byte instruction. So 2 byte target address is considered. The target address is from 000 to FFFF. The original 8051 only 4 kilobytes of on-chip ROM. So within that memory we can perform the jump operation. The next one is a short jump, SJMP. So this is a 2 byte instruction. So 1 byte is relative address, that is the location from -128 to +127. Okay, this is for short jump operation. Similarly, in the call operation, that is also another branching instruction, L call. L means long call operation, that is a 3 byte instructions. So 2 byte address and a target address within 64 kilobytes range. So the L call is a 2 byte address is used. Actually it's a 3 byte instruction, 2 byte is allocated for address. Okay, 1 byte for L call. Okay, the target address within 64 kilobytes range. Then A call means absolute call. It is a 2 byte instruction. Okay, right. So actually this is not 11, 1. Okay, 1 bit address. 1 byte address. It is a mistake is there. That is a 1 byte address. Okay, the target address within 2k byte range. Okay, 2 kilobyte range. Okay, right. So this is a absolute call. Next, another one data branching instruction, that is a return instruction, RET. So now 8051 has 2 different return instructions. So one return instruction that is from subroutine and another one from interrupt service routine. Return from subroutine, that is RET. Return from ISR, okay, that is RETI. Return instructions. So these 2 instructions that is used to return the program control from subroutine or interrupt service routine to main program. Okay, so that is a RET or RETI. Then some conditional jump instructions. Okay, so this conditional jump instruction that is based on the flag registers. So JZ means jump 0. If the result is 0, then it will jump. JNZ means if the result is not 0, it will jump. Then DJNZ, that means decrement and jump if A is not equal to 0. That means the result accumulator is not equal to 0. Decrement and jump if A is not equal to 0. Then CJNA, A and byte. CJNA means compare and jump not equal. So you have to compare the two different data. If it is not equal means you can jump. Then after that, compare jump not equal, that is a register and data. Actually here A and byte, A register, the previous one, this is a A register and 1 byte. So we are comparing A register and byte. If it is not equal means you have to jump. Here we are considered two things, that is a register and a data, immediate data. Okay, so the register and immediate data both are compared. If it is not equal means it is automatically jump. Then jump carry. If carry flag equal to 1, then it will automatically jump to the specified location. Jump no carry. If carry flag equal to 0, then it will jump. Then JP, jump if the particular bit is 1. Okay, jump the particular bit is 1. So the bit is mentioned by previous instruction. Similarly, J and B means if the particular bit is 0, it will automatically jump. The particular bit is 0, then it will jump. JPC means jump if bit equal to 1 and a clear bit. C represent clear. Jump, JP means jump bit. If the particular bit is 1, then it will jump. After that, after the jumping, it is automatically clear the particular bit. Okay, the particular bit is indicated by the previous instructions. Okay, so these are the conditional instructions used in the branching instructions. Okay, right. So these are the different instructions used in 8051 microcontroller. When compared to 8986 microprocessor, 8051 microcontroller having very less instruction. Okay, so that the user can easily program, and some of the instruction not available in 8086 microcontroller, that is also present here. Okay, so it is easy to program. The programmer easily program the 8051 microcontroller. Okay, but we are having very few instructions. Okay, right. So thanks for watching. Thank you.